So like back in the day, I did do that. Like when I was 21, I was like, "Oh, let's just get a free meal." So get a, and then
it's not even worth the free meal. It's not even worth.
But like me, like I wanted to get that self-esteem booster, knowing the fact that a guy's gonna compliment me, get that temporary like wanting, and somebody that's gonna.
So when you were getting the free meals, were you actually interested in talking to the guy, or you were just hungry?
To an extent.
Were you just hungry?
What's going on, guys? So I think, in my personal opinion, I think that for modern women, dating is a game. It's like a play game. It's not something serious. Like it's something to be entertaining. And when you're being entertained, you play games. And so one game that people play is, this is an article from The Atlantic from 2019. When one person is on a date, is just there for free food, right? And so I don't need the whole article, but I want to read just the one particular paragraph. The non-criminal version of dating for food, it turns out, is not entirely uncommon behavior. The study recently published in the journal Social, Psychological, and Personality Science found that about a quarter of roughly 1,000 women surveyed said that they had at one time or another elected to go on a date with an uncompromising suitor in hopes of getting a free meal. 1 in 4. The study, authorized by the three scientists, employs the unfortunate coinage foodie call to refer to this practice, which has also, again, unfortunately, been called sneeting. Okay? Mashup of the word sneaky and eating. Now, if you're trying to date in a space where there are people that are playing games like this is not courting. There's nothing traditional about this. If you are interested in that person, you tell them you're interested, and let's court until we see something is there or not. Or you just tell them I'm not interested. But this is a game. I'm going to see if I can get some free food out of it. I want to see if I can go to a nice restaurant, do something I can put on Instagram. There's no urgency. There's no trying to, make it work. So just like in the opening TikTok, like this.
Were you just hungry?
To an extent, but like really, I didn't really have like any like compassion for him. But like I was straightforward.
So you can tell that it's just kind of a game, right? There's nothing serious about this. It's, let me go out and have a good time with the guy. No, remember now, she's 21. And if she's meeting a guy that's taking her to a nice restaurant, I mean, certainly the guy is at least in a position to take care of things from a certain financial point of view if he has that kind of money, at least for a night out. And the idea is not even there that I'm dating him seriously. It's just, I'm not interested in the guy. Let me squeeze a free meal out of it. And that is just very modern. That's not a very traditional thing to do. Traditionally speaking, that person would meet your father. They would get the blessing of the father and say, can I take your daughter out? And then you go out and she's going out with a blessing of a father or someone that respects her. And you're dating with a purpose. So I think one of the ways that, especially for us who have been socialized to be gentlemen, we have to kind of adjust is that we have to have a set of rules for dealing with modern ladies, modern women, and for a different set of rules for dealing with traditional women, much like in this TikTok here.
I don't think men should pay on the first date. My advice to men is you do not adhere to your traditional gender roles with women who are not traditional women. And newsflash, 90% of women are not traditional women. I'm not going to pay for a girl who's fucking someone else. And the fact of the matter is, the dating meta, as it is, you have to assume when you're first meeting someone, they're fucking at least one other person.
Now you can see that the ladies don't like that. They don't like the fair, I'm going to treat you according to the way that you're behaving. Now, if you are someone that's saving yourself for your husband, then you'll be treated that way. But if you are, a modern woman and you're having, relations the same way that the top 20% of men are, then you aren't to be treated the same way that you would treat someone who is not doing that. Continuing.
Because I know girls that are fucking 1, 2, 3 guys. And I'm going to go on a date with you, and then I'm going to pay for your food. You're going to get a to-go bag and give it to the guy you're fucking. No, I'm not going to put myself in a position like that. So the way the dating meta is, I have to assume going in, she's fucking another guy. You're not adhering to your traditional gender roles. I won't adhere to mine.
Yeah. So that makes a lot more sense, right? So, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not sure how many of you guys are actually even dating right now in the West, but if you were dating, you certainly should be not trying to be a gentleman out there, because a gentleman is just going to get you taken on foodie dates, right? And it's just a reality, because let's be honest, people that are dating with intention don't do stuff like this. If you are dating with the intent of finding a husband, you're going out on a date to see if this person is husband worthy. You're not playing games like how expensive a meal can I get for free? That's not serious about trying to find a husband games. That's silly games. Okay, so it's not necessarily traditional, but it is, I would say it's more thoughtful. So I want to show you this TikTok of a young lady talking about how her and her boyfriend take care of the check. So here it says, Date no osusume no kaikei hoho. So how do you recommend taking care of the check? Okay, so she said, I don't like to be treated or ogorareru, right? So I don't like for my boyfriend to pay for me because it feels like I owe him back, right? Okay, so here she says, no, I gotta go back. Here she says, ogote morattara, tsugi ja ogorimasu ne, right? Ogori ne. So if you pay for me this time, I'll pay for you next time, is what she said there. Okay, so here she's talking about what they're doing recently, right? Saikin kareshi to yatteru no ka, so they do janken, right? Or sorry, a rock, scissors, paper to see who's gonna win, right? So the person that wins pays, and the person that loses doesn't pay. And so they play a game where, okay, so she said ichi. So from the ones digit, right, they'll do a janken. So let's say that the check is like 5,260 yen, right? Or 61 yen, right? So they'll do rock, scissors, paper for the ones digit. And so that winner pays 1 yen. And then they'll do it for the 6th digit as in the tens place. And that winner will pay 60 yen. And then they'll do rock, scissors, paper again for the hundreds digit. That winner will pay 200 yen. And they'll do rock, scissors, paper for the thousands digit. And that person will pay 5,000 yen. And so she says they just make it a game. Yeah, so whoever wins the 1,000 spot is kind of like they're the one treating, but they make a game of it. Yeah, so she said the reason she likes playing the game is because it doesn't feel like I'm treating him and it doesn't feel like he's treating me, right? Yeah, so she's saying that's what she recommends, right? And look, this idea that when you go on a date, you're trying to squeeze as much resources out of someone, that idea is sick. That's a sick idea. If you're dating with intention, you should be upfront and say, look, I'm looking for someone that's going to be straight up with me and we're going to do our thing, or I'm not into you like that. And just call it like that, and you could get that out of a coffee date. And so this idea that you trying to juice and squeeze people for money, that's a modern thing. If you're a traditional person, each date that you're going out with the wrong person is a date you could be spending going out with the right person. So date women that are traditionally, and for women that are modern, it's modern. That's the way it should work. And I'll say this in closing. I don't know how many of you guys have ever been taken out on a date, but if you start dating traditional women and she's interested in you, you're going to get treated nicely. You're going to get taken out on a date. You're going to get catered to. Well, some of you guys get a chance to go overseas. You'll get a chance to see it. Catch you guys in the next video. Later, guys.